Class 6 SOF NSO 2020-24-25 Set B. Logical reasoning question number 1. Some letters are coded as follows. What will be the code for Odisha? The B option can be the code for Orissa. Logical reasoning question number 2. Find the number of triangles formed in the given figure. There are 7 triangles formed in the given figure. Logical reasoning question number 3. Anuradha correctly remembers that she had planted the trees before 27th January but after 23rd January. Her husband correctly remembers that she had planted the trees before 29th January and 25th January. On which date did Anuradha plant the trees? Before 27th January but after 23rd January and 29th January but after 25th January. So the correct date is 26th January. Logical reasoning question number 4. A square transparent sheet with a pattern and dotted lines on it is given. Select a figure from the options so as to how the pattern would appear when the transparent sheet is folded along the dotted line. If we fold this transparent sheet, we will get the correct option as the B option. Logical reasoning question number 5. How many such consonants are there in the given sequence, each of which is immediately followed by a number and immediately preceded by a symbol? Consonants are all the letters except for the vowels A, E, I, O, U. Now we can see that 2 numbers are immediately followed by a number and immediately preceded by a symbol. Logical reasoning question number 6. If M denotes division, N denotes multiplication, P denotes plus, and Q denotes minus, then the value of 4P, 20M, 5N, 4Q, 20 is. Substituting the values of M, N, P, and Q and solving the equation, we will get the answer as 0. Logical reasoning question number 7. Karthik is facing towards north. He makes a 90-degree clockwise turn followed by 180 degrees clockwise and 45 degrees anti-clockwise turn. In which direction is he facing now? Given he makes a 90-degree clockwise turn followed by a 180-degree clockwise turn and a 45 degrees anti-clockwise turn. So he is facing in the southwest direction. Logical reasoning question number 8. Select a figure from the options which will complete the given figure matrix. In each column from top to bottom, the figure rotates 75 degrees anti-clockwise. Also, the shaded part of the circle becomes unshaded and vice versa. So, according to this, the A option will be the correct option. Logical reasoning question number 9. Shubham is the husband of Sheetal. Sheetal is the daughter of Ritika and Ritika is the sister of Mahesh. How is Ritika related to Shubham? A mother has 2 children, 1 daughter and 1 son, that is Ritika and Mahesh. Ritika has a daughter Sheetal who is married to Shubham. Ritika will be the mother-in-law to Shubham. Logical reasoning question number 10. Select the correct water image of the figure. The C option is the correct water image of the figure. Science question number 11. Read the given statements and select the correct option that correctly identifies them as true and false ones. First one, the predominant element in the composition of the earth is iron. Iron is 35%, oxygen is 30%, silicon is 15%, and magnesium is 13%. So this statement 1 is true. Second, the sun contains 75% of the mass of the solar system. The sun contains 99.86% of the total mass of the solar system. So, the second statement is false. 3. The radius of the sun is comparable to the radius of the earth. The radius of the sun is much larger than the radius of the earth. So, this statement is also false. Fourth one. The earth is the densest among all the planets in our solar system. Earth is indeed the densest planet in our solar system. Earth's high density is mainly due to its large iron-nickel core and rocky mantle. Science question number 12. The given flowchart represents some observations about the type of forces P to S. On this basis, select the option which correctly identifies them. Force, yes. Is it a contact force? Yes. Does it produce heat? Yes. So P can be frictional force as it is a contact force and produces heat. Is it a contact force? No. Does it cause things to have weight? Yes. Does it produce heat? No. So Q can be an elastic force as it is a contact force and does not produce heat. While R can be gravitational force as it is a non-contact force and can cause objects to have weight. Does it cause objects to have weight? No. So S can be a magnetic force. Magnetic force is a non-contact force that does not cause objects to have weight but acts on magnetic materials and moving electric charges. Science question number 13. The given figure shows a door made up of iron bars. How will Amit measure the length of the bars in order to pay to the contractor? The length of curved objects can be measured using a thread and a scale. Science question number 14. 6 objects are placed on different shelves as shown in the given figure. Objects P and S are of weight 200 gram each and objects Q, R, T and U are of weight 140 gram each. Which of the following options correctly represent the decreasing order of the value of gravitational potential energy of the objects? Gravitational potential energy is the energy an object has due to its position, increasing with both its height and mass. So gravitational potential energy is more for body which has a larger mass and is at greater height from the ground. Therefore, the decreasing order is corresponding to the C option. Science question number 15. As shown in the given figure, a magnet P is attached to a spring of original length 10 cm. This results in the stretching of the spring up to 14 cm length. Now, an object R is placed 2 cm below the magnet P, which results in the length of the spring to become 9 cm. Which of the following statements will explain this observation? First one, the object R is an iron nail which causes change in the length of the spring due to its weight. The object R is an iron nail, which normally would increase the length of the spring due to its weight. But in our case, the spring's length has decreased, not increased. So the first option is false. Second one, the object R is a magnet which causes change in the length of the spring. Yes, this is true. Third one, R is a magnet and both previous magnets P and R are placed with opposite poles towards each other. Here they have not mentioned about the length of the spring. So this is also false. The statement which will correctly explain the observation is only the second option. Question number 16. Consider the following constellations. How many of the above ones are correctly matched? Only one is matched, that is the third one. Science question number 17. As shown in the given figure, a pendulum swings in backward and forward directions passing through Y, the middle point of the oscillations. First time the pendulum passes through Y, a stopwatch is started. The first 20 times the pendulum passes through Y, the stopwatch is stopped. The reading is T. What is the time period of oscillation of the pendulum? The pendulum is said to have completed one oscillation when its bob starts from its mean position O and moves from one extreme position A to the other extreme position B and comes back to O. Here, for one oscillation, the pendulum crosses Y 2 times. The stop clock is stopped at 21st time. Pendulum completes 10 oscillations in time t. So for one oscillation, the time taken is t by 10 seconds. Science question number 18. Magnets are arranged in two different ways as shown in the given figure 1 and 2. 3 compasses 1, 2, 3 are placed at different locations as depicted in each of the figures. Which of the following correctly identifies the direction of magnetic fields in figure 1 and 2 respectively? The C option correctly represents the direction of magnetic fields. Science question number 19. Rajiv recorded the following observations in a table. Identify the incorrect ones. Option 1. Movement of an object attached to a suspended spring. We can take motion of pendulum as example. Option 1 is correct. Motion of pendulum is oscillatory and periodic. Motions of blades of a fan. Option 2 is incorrect. The motion of the blade of a fan is rotational motion and periodic motion. 3. Motion of a ball hit by a batsman. Option 3 is incorrect. The motion of a ball hit by a batsman is curved motion. Motion of a cursor on the monitor of a computer. Option 4 is also incorrect. The motion of a cursor on a computer monitor is random motion. Since it does not follow a fixed path, it is called random motion. So the incorrect ones correspond to the C option. Science question number 20. Read the given statements and select the correct option. Statement 1. When a horseshoe magnet is brought close to a pile of iron fillings, more fillings will get attracted to the U-shaped part of the magnet. When a horseshoe magnet is brought close to a pile of iron fillings, more fillings will get attached to the poles and not to the U-shaped part of the magnet. So the first statement is false. Statement 2. Horseshoe magnet has only one pole, that is its U-shaped part. Horseshoe magnet has two poles. So this statement is also false. So correct option is the D option. Science question number 21. Observe the methods of separation in the given figures 1 and 2 and select the correct statements. Let us see what process is the first and second ones. First one is distillation. Second one is separating funnel. So according to this, we can select the correct options. Method 1 can be used to separate butter from milk. False. This method is actually centrifugation, but the first method is distillation. Method 2 can be used to separate petrol and water mixture, and petrol forms the upper layer. A separating funnel can be used to separate a mixture of petrol and water because they do not mix, that is, they are immiscible liquids. Petrol forms the upper layer because it's lighter, that is, less denser than water. Water forms the lower layer because it's heavier / denser. So the second statement is true. Method 2 can be used to separate glycerin and water mixture, and glycerin forms the upper layer. A separating funnel can be used to separate a mixture of glycerin and water, but glycerin forms the lower layer, not the upper one. This is because glycerin is heavier than water, so it settles at the bottom and water forms the upper layer. So this is false. Fourth one, method 1 can be used to separate grains from stalk. This is false because the method used to separate grains from stalk is threshing and not distillation. Here we can look at the types of separation methods. Science question number 22. Read the following statements carefully and select the option that correctly identifies them as true and false one. 1. Sieving is used to separate a solid liquid mixture. False. Sieving is used to separate solid particles of different sizes by passing the mixture through a sieve. Second one, centrifugation is used to separate butter from milk. Yes, this is true. Third one, the process of decantation along with sedimentation is used to get clear water from sugar solution. Decantation and sedimentation are used to separate insoluble solid particles from a liquid. Example, sand in water. So the third option is false. Fourth one, condensation is a process in which water is converted into its vapors on heating. False. Condensation is the process in which water vapors are converted into water on cooling. Science question number 23. The given figure shows two containers P and Q of different shapes. Anvita filled container P with 200 ml of water. She then transferred all the water from container P to container Q. Which of the following changes did she observe in the container? Liquids have definite mass as well as volume, but do not have definite shape. Thus, it takes the shape of the container in which they are kept in. So, according to this, only the fourth option is the correct option. Science question number 24. Match the mixtures given in column 1 with their methods of separation given in column 2 and select the correct option. The correct option is the B option. Science question number 25. A substance U does not have a fixed shape but has a definite volume, whereas another substance V has definite shape as well as definite volume. U and V can be respectively. U is a liquid and V is a solid. So according to this, the C option can be the correct option. Science question number 26. Rachita, a science teacher, performed the following experiments to determine the heat conductivity of two different materials X and Y. On the basis of the above experiments, select the correct statements from the following. Metals are good conductors of heat. Here X should be a metal, that is copper rod, iron or aluminium rod or silver rod. Non-metals are insulators of heat. Here Y should be a non-metal, that is plastic or glass. So the correct option can be the B option. Science question number 27. Select the option in which odd one is encircled incorrectly according to the property mentioned. In the A option, kerosene is not miscible in water. Therefore, this option is correct. B1. Stone is not transparent, so this option is also correct. Here, iron sinks in water and a rubber ball floats, so this is false. And in the D option, clay is soft, whereas tin vessel, silver chain, and gold coin are hard. Therefore, this is also true. So the one which is incorrectly circled is the C option. Science question number 28. Refer to the given diagram that represents change of state of substances through processes W, X, Y, and Z. Select the correct options regarding W, X, Y, and Z. W is evaporation, X is melting, Y is freezing, and Z is condensation. First option, process freezing is involved in obtaining salt from seawater, whereas process W, that is evaporation, is involved in the formation of ice cubes. This is false. B option, melting is involved in the drying of clothes. False. Condensation is responsible for the disappearance of naphthalene balls over a period of time. This is also false. The rate of process of evaporation increases with the increase in temperature and surface area. Yes, this is true. So the correct option is the D option. Science question number 29. Nikita, a class 6 student, classified different materials based on their properties. Which of the following sets are incorrectly matched? The first one, that is iron rod, is correctly matched. The second one, that is plastic ball, is incorrectly matched. The second one, plastic ball, is incorrectly matched because plastic ball is non-malleable, opaque, floats on water, and is an insulator. The third one, sandpaper, is falsely marked. Sandpaper is non-malleable, opaque, sinks in water, and is an insulator. The fourth one, stone, is correctly matched. The fifth one, butter paper, is falsely matched as butter paper is non-malleable and translucent. Science question number 30. Refer to the given relationship and select the option that satisfies the same relationship. Chapati is a rich source of carbohydrates and ghee is a rich source of fat. Similarly, bread and butter are rich sources of carbohydrates and fats respectively. Rice and sugar are rich sources of carbohydrates. Kidney beans, egg, and milk are rich sources of protein, whereas oil is a rich source of fat. Therefore, according to this, we can see that the C option is the correct option. That's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on post notifications so that you guys never miss out on a video that I upload.